Audio Jungle. No, just kidding.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, Liam97 here, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Basically, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, smash your face into the subscribe button. Actually, don't actually do that, that'd be painful, just click on the subscribe button. And don't forget to click the bell for post notifications. Now, I just want to say thank you to everyone for almost 400 subscribers. That's right, we're almost at 400. It's been a long and rocky road, because when I tried to tell my mum 400 subscribers, this was her reaction. Roll the clip.
6 FIFA, cool. See how much I'm on? Oh, no way! No way! Mum! Mum! Mum!
Yeah?
I'm on 443 subscribers!
Who gives a shit?
I'm kidding, my mum didn't do that. She was actually proud of me. By the way, shout out to my mum. Also, the ultimate goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers or so, because when we do that, then I'll feel confident enough that we can start merchandising. That's right. When my goal is when I reach 1,000 subs, I'm gonna start merchandising for everybody, and my merch line is gonna be called Plasma by Liam Rush. It's gonna be my own unique merch line. That way, I can start making a better money on this YouTube biz. Like, I know I can't make any profit off the fan-made stuff because, you know, it's supposed to be fan-made, non-profit stuff. But that's okay, that's understandable. But my own merch line, that's where I can make the money. But anyway, back to the update. Now, before I get to the fan-made South Park animations, I also want to announce that I'll be helping my mate James Hansen to finish a movie that we were going to do in TAFE but couldn't get around to because the footage was deleted. This movie was called Jimmy Angel. Now, for those of you who do not know or are unfamiliar, and for those who know the channel very well and seen some of my vlogs, you've noticed this chap, James Hansen, also goes by the name Work Experience James. He does comedy gigs, also has another persona called Jimmy Angel, which is a supposed reincarnation of the one and the only singer from The Doors, Jim Morrison. Or that's what James likes to think he is. But anyway, I suppose James could be like some sort of reincarnation of Jim Morrison or something like that. He does give off, James really does give me that sort of Jim Morrison feel. Oh, that sounded wrong. Anyway, the reason we couldn't finish Jimmy Angel back in TAFE is because some kid named Poo-Tang, yes, there is actual kid named Poo-Tang, long story, he deleted all the footage on us and we couldn't get it all done. But now we're keen to finish the rest of it here and now. I mean, there's a lot of preparations that have got to be done, and I got to get off my ass at some point and start harassing James about get this thing over and done with. But yeah. So, Jimmy Angel coming soon. As well, I'll start working on the Red Shadow movie, assuming I can get a proper Liam Man suit completed. Because Liam Man, for those of you who do not know, he wasn't originally designed to be a South Park character. Liam Man was designed to be his own original character, and not be something from South Park in my fan-made South Park animations. So even though he made his first appearance in fan-made South Park animations, he was intentionally designed to be an original character. Which is why we're going to create a unique superhero universe just for Liam Man and for anyone else who knows. And he'll be in the same universe as Jimmy Angel, so that's going to be pretty interesting to know. And it'll be completely separate from South Park. No South Park related stuff in this universe that this Liam Man is going to be in, so it doesn't cause any copyright issues with South Park or any of that. So there'll be the South Park's version of Liam Man in my fan-made South Park animations, and there'll be the original Liam Man stuff that I can get off of. So yeah, the Red Shadow coming soon, as well as Jimmy Angel, so look out for that. Now, the juicy bits, the information you guys have all been waiting for, news about the fan-made South Park animations. So let's talk about the fan-made South Park animations that are currently released and the ones coming up in future. Now, as most of you are aware, for those who originally saw my fan-made South Park animations plan, I cut the sequels to War of South Park 2 and 3 from the plan, and made some adjustments to the plan itself. But don't worry, I haven't completely gotten rid of the sequels. I haven't deleted them, I just moved them to a future South Park animation I'm going to be doing in the future called South Park Endeavor, which is set in the future. And there'll be more news about South Park Endeavor later on in the future. War of South Park 2 and 3 will be featured in Endeavor, but Endeavor's later down the line. But for now, we're just going to focus on the current South Park fan-made superhero plan that we got going right now. So let's talk about the current and future upcoming South Park fan-made animations currently on my channel. First of all, we've got Coon and Coon Girl Demons of the Past, where it's about Eric Cartman and his ex-girlfriend Heidi. And what it's about is about Eric Cartman's ex-girlfriend taking on a superhero persona resembling Eric Cartman's superhero persona, Coon Girl, and how she's doing a better job at being a superhero than Eric was. And you know how like Eric was like, look everyone, it's the Coon, notice me and all that stuff, but everyone kept calling him Bruce Verlancher, didn't really take him seriously? Roll the clip.
Oh my god, look everyone, it's the Coon! Fear not everyone, the Coon is here to save the day!
Isn't that Bruce Valanche? Be careful, Bruce Valanche! There's superhumans fighting right over there!
Yeah, well, in Coon and Coon Girl Demons of the Past, people did recognize Heidi as Coon Girl, and she did a better job of being a superhero as Eric Cartman. And Eric didn't like that, and he wanted to get rid of her, and finally deal with his ex-girlfriend problem once and for all. But he couldn't do that alone, and he needed the help of another prankster like him. So to do this, he seeked out the long-lost Shadow Troll, and his mission to find the Shadow Troll, as well as also all of the events drawing him and his ex-girlfriend Heidi as well, leads them both to confront the demons of their past. So even though it's my first time animating and it's not very good, it has a pretty good story to it, and I am planning to do a remaster of that, so look forward to that in the future. Wonder Tweak and Super Craig vs. Yowie. Now, I am planning to remaster that too. I'll tell you that in a minute. Tweak and Craig get lost in the woods and they smoke a joint my new kid character gave them from Australia. Yes, they smoke drugs that was illegally imported from Australia to America. Long story. You can thank Sassy the Sasquatch for that.
What are you talking to me?
But what's that about? They smoke a joint and they take a trip to the spirit world. So Tweak and Craig take a trip into the spirit world and they find out that their whole relationship was forced against them by the town. Well, they kind of already knew that the first time around. It was forced upon them by the town because everyone was buying into the... For God's sakes, who's calling me? All because the town was buying into Yowie. And they finally wake up and decide to officially break up as a gay couple and go back to being straight boys and launch a campaign against Yowie. And also file a restraining order against anyone that tries to force them back into a gay relationship, and also shut down their campaign against Yowie. But their campaign against Yowie also lures in the attention of the Yowie girls, the girls that draw the Yowie out of them against each other, as well as Tweak's dad, who's been benefiting from their gay relationship and been using that as fuel to advertise his coffee business, and he didn't want that to go away, and unfortunately the restraining order's been affecting him as well, so he couldn't punish Tweak. So Tweak's dad teams up with the Yowie girls and Tweak and Craig go up against them. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. So I know, again, my first time animating, but still give that a watch. And I am planning to remaster Coon and Coon Girl Demons of the Past and Wonder Tweak and Super Craig vs. Yowie. Better animations, update to the story, better audio, as well as a title change for Wonder Tweak and Super Craig vs. Yowie in the remaster. I'm going to change the word Yowie to Yowie. Yes! I am going to correct my spelling. For everyone who got upset over my spelling of Yowie, I am so sorry. Usually Yowie's not in my vocabulary, but don't worry, the remaster will contain an update to the title, fixing that issue. To the same people who brought me up that I misspelled Yowie wrong, who also have spelling issues as well, and this isn't a diss, this is because I love you guys. There's a number I really want you to call.
1-300-65506.
The Reading and Writing Hotline. Or you can just Google autocorrect. Again, not a diss. So, the mother of them all, the pièce de résistance, War of South Park. I'm not going to tell you what 1, 2, and 3 all are about, as I'm just going to tell you about what the entire thing is all about in general. Is that War of South Park, dared to do what no other South Park project, via original or fan-made, ever dared to do. Kill off one of the 4 boys that wasn't Kenny. And I chose Stan because he was my favorite. And Liam, if Stan was one of your favorites of all of them, why'd you kill him off? Answer, well, I didn't want to kill him off forever because I liked him. I did it for character development. But basically the whole story is about how Carl's mum went psycho all over again and the kids rise up to stop him. It's bigger, long, uncut all over again, except a bit more action-packed. There's barely, in fact, there's no singing at all. Carl's mum is more psycho than ever. And basically she's got her own private army and she's taken over in the town, mind control. Just give War of South Park a watch. It's one of the most action-packed fan-made South Park animations out there. Mysterion and Human Kite versus Death Note. Yes, we're finally getting to the fan-made South Park animations that are coming soon. Mysterion and Human Kite versus Death Note. Now, I am taking a bit of a poke at that anime called Death Note. I'm not much into anime and I'm not much into Death Note, but the reason I'm taking a poke at Death Note is because my brother used to like it. That's the reason why I'm taking a poke at Death Note, because my brother used to like it. I'm gonna lose some subscribers just by saying that. Oh god. But in this, Kenny finally discovers that half of his deaths weren't caused just because of his luck. He also discovers that it was caused by a kid called Light Turner, the South Park equivalent of the characters from the anime itself. And he's got his own version of the Death Note itself. And Carl teams up with Kenny to take down Light and Ryuk and to answer for all the bullshit that's caused Kenny in his life. That, and Carl needs to do something that would take his mind off of everything that happened after the events of War of South Park Part 3. Such as his mum going crazy and taking out over the town, the fact his mum killed his best friend, but even though he came back to life, all the things his mum's done. Basically, his mum's caused him a lot of shit and he needs to take his mind off of it. And that's why the Carl is doing this. And also, Mysterion and Human Kite vs. Death Note will feature a return of a character that none of you will be expecting that thought would come back. So, Freedom Powers Origins Liam Man. Yes, we're finally going to be talking about the origins of my Nude Kid character Liam Man. And it's going to tell the story of 2 events of what he was doing before the 2 South Park games, Stick of Truth and Fracture But Whole. It's going to tell the story of 2 events of what he was doing before the games, a year before the game's release. So, Stick of Truth was released in 2014, so it's going to tell the story of what he was doing in 2013. Now, Fracture But Whole came out in 2017, so it'll tell the story of what he was doing in 2016. In the 2013 segment, it's going to tell the story of what he was doing when he was still living in Australia in Browntown, as in the very Browntown from the Big Les show. Yes, my Nude Kid character is from the Browntown from the Big Les show. It's going to tell the story of the events which led him from moving from Browntown, Australia to South Park, Colorado, America. And in the 2016 segment before the Fracture But Whole, it's going to tell the story of what he was doing during the gender war in South Park after the whole Troll Tracer incident, and how he managed to negotiate a ceasefire between the boys and the girls. So it's pretty interesting. And it'll also tell the story of how his girlfriend Nessie died. Yes, finally, the question that all the fans have been waiting for so long. This one is finally going to tell the story of how his girlfriend Nessie Brookston died, and the events which turned him into a brooding and dark character. So, Liam Man vs. South Park. This fan-made project finally addresses as to why everybody has stayed the same age, or they've grown slowly for the past 23 years. I say 23 years because South Park first aired back in 1997. So, and this is 2020. Yes, I've clocked the years of how long South Park's been going. And Liam Man finally investigates that, but the higher-ups in South Park City Council don't want him discovering that. So he becomes public enemy #1 as a result, and it sets him against the entire town. Even though these events set him against the entire town, he has enough high-tech gadgets and equipment to even the odds. So it's going to be pretty interesting, that one. And Big Les Show does make a bit of a cameo in this one as well. Now, Toolshed versus Lord. Stan finally gets sick and tired of his dad's shit and he ends up moving out. He gets the money to move out and buy his old house because he's taken a job with my Nude Kid character on his podcast. And being one of the hosts on my Nude Kids podcast, it makes him some really good money. So good that he finally makes the money to move out of Tegrity Farms and buy his old house back. So Stan lives on his own. But without Stan helping managing things around on Tegrity Farms, Randy's weed business starts to fall apart a bit, and he hires a new manager, but progress on Tegrity Farms is a little bit slow, so to compensate for this, he goes back to his alter ego Lord and start making some money on there as well. But Randy starts making lots of bullshit and shenanigans.
It's a beautiful word. Shenanigans.
Randy starts all this BS that brings him to a conflict between his son, and it's going to be pretty interesting. Now, Call Girl Ghost Data. What that's about is that Call Girl's tracing the mysterious deletion and disappearances of various accounts across social media. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, you name it. And it leads her to taking on the DeFagaroni crime family, as well as taking on a figure from her past which she thought that was gone long ago. So yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting. But after all the fan-made South Park animations are done, I'm just going to take a break from making fan-made South Park animations, as well as starting working on other projects, as well as making all the stuff for South Park Endeavor. So yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting, as well as helping James with his projects as well. So yeah, and then eventually we'll get to South Park Endeavor and all that sort of stuff and all that blah blah blah, yeah. But during this current fan-made South Park series, at the end of Freedom Pal's Origins Liam Man, I'm also going to be releasing the remaster of my gameplay walkthroughs of Stick of Truth and Fracture But Whole. So look out for that, because I know some videos are getting blocked because of, I don't know, some issues and all that sort of stuff. But I'm not worried about the gameplay walkthroughs of both Stick of Truth and Fracture But Whole, because I'll be doing a remaster sometime in the future. So I'm not worried about re-uploading them or petitioning to have them unblocked, because I'll be opening them back, because I'll be making a remaster sometime in the future. For those of you who are disappointed on that news, I'm so sorry, but yeah. But anyway guys, that's the thing I want to address, so look forward to all of that. Now you guys know what to expect and what's coming up in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you guys for almost 400 subscribers. Let's reach 1,000, then I can start merchandising. Please, for the love of God, guys, I want you to spread the word about my YouTube channel to everyone you can. Friends, family, everywhere on social media, whatever. Blast my YouTube channel all across the interwebs. This is what I also want you to do. I want you to tag War South Park to any popular reaction channel you can find, so that way it can get noticed. That way we might be able to reach the 1K subs faster, and then we can get to the merchandising. But anyway guys, thank you guys so much for the support. Couldn't have made it without you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, Liam97, and I'll see you guys later. Take it easy, peace!